How do? And I'm back again. Another week and another figure that I've dug out of the back catalogue from the Vaults of Icon. So just to recap, first week I looked at Grapple. Last week I looked at Starscream. This week I'm looking at the Collector's Edition Alert, or as we more commonly know him as Red Alert, the Fire Chief Lamborghini from 1985. I won't give you any more info than that, because if I give you too much info now, you won't want to watch the rest of the video. And where's the sense in that? And with that, let's make a start, shall we? Okay, so now we're sat down with Alert. Yeah, I've got him in his box, and we are joined here today for this look at with Jeff, and also, excuse me, Jeff, we have the ruler. Let's put Jeff back on there again. Let's move them to the side because we don't need them just yet. We're going to look around the box first. Okay. So pretty much the same, in fact it's identical really to the box that Grapple came in, which was not last week, it was the week before. So I will be brief on this part. Big window display area here, collect a card with the artwork. We have got Alert there in his vehicle mode. Takara, Collector's Edition Cybertron Transformers, Collector's Edition. The blurb at the top.
It is a world transformed where things are not what they seem. It is the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Cybertrons and evil Destrons.
I don't know, where does that come from? Anyway, Transformers at the side, Transformers at the bottom. With
it is a world transformed where things
we're not reading that out again. Transformers at the other side. And then on the back, we have that. I will repeat myself, but we have that. Oh, it's just fallen over a bit, hasn't it? That gorgeous artwork, which would have been familiar on the backs of the Transformers in 1984. And then we have all this Japanese text here. And then we have this sticker that's been placed on there to let you know that it's come from the e-hobby shop. And then it's 05 in its designation, and it is Alert. The characters, the box isn't Alert, the box isn't sentient, although maybe, I don't know, maybe it is. They can transform into anything, can't they? Right, let's get him out of the box. Actually, no, before I do get him out of the box, I will just give you a little bit of history and background information on this particular figure. So Red Alert was originally released in 1985, and that was part of the second wave of figures for us here in the UK and the US, although in Japan it was made up of the first wave. They didn't get their first wave until 1985. It's a redeco of the Diaclone Lamborghini Countach LP500S police car, but just done in a fire chief. Although I wouldn't suspect that would fire departments be able to afford a Lamborghini? I digress. But in the toy in itself is a retool of the original Diaclone LP500S, which would go on to become Sideswipe. Alert was originally reissued in 2001 along with Lambor, which is the Japanese name for Sideswipe, and Alert being the Japanese name for Red Alert. And both of those were designated as Set A, and they were made available at the World Character Convention in 2001. This particular reissue, though, comes from 2002, and it's designated, as you may be able to see here on the collector card, as the New Year's Special. He again came with Lambo, but also what came out that year as well, which I probably will cover in another video, but just not yet. The other New Year's Special for 2002 was Convoy, or Optimus Prime. And these were made available via Takara's eHobby shop. Now, physically, both reissues are the same as the original toy, with the exception of, as we've discussed in previous videos, the missile launchers do actually retain the springs on this. Sorry, originally the missile launchers on the original toys back in '85 did retain the missile launchers springs, that is, but they were severely weakened, whereas on these they are up to full power, if you will. And that was also for the 2001 reissue and for this 2002 reissue. The other difference between what differentiates this as well from the original release and the 2001 release is that it won't show up so great because it's still in the box, but maybe it will do when I get it out of the box. But again, as per usual, there will be photos. There is a gold tint to the chromed wheels, whereas on the original and on the 2001 reissue, they were just the silver chrome. Excuse me. There's also a difference as well with the sticker sheet, and we'll get to that when I look at the contents. They swap out some of the colours. I believe it's on the leg stickers, and I think it was originally blue, and it's now yellow. Right, that's it. That's enough of that. I think we're all up to speed now. I can get out the ruler. Excuse me, I'll start with a bit of tickle there. I could edit it out, but why bother? And on the inside of the flap here, we have got 011200, which again will be the actual number of the one that was produced. At least I assume that's what it is. I will look into it, and maybe we will have some text up on the screen to confirm or deny what I've just said. So we've got the box there. We don't need that anymore. We'll put that to one side. We'll open the clam. Not one piece, but two pieces. And we'll just get everything out, and I'll talk about it all once everything's out the box. Apologies again. You see that? If you hear that plastic clam rattle? Oh, I need to bring the box back up again, don't I? Because I've forgotten about. There we go. The paperwork. So we'll put alert and the ruler to one side for the moment as we take a look at the gubbins here. Right, they're missiles. I have still two on the sprue there, with one that I've taken off, which goes in the missile launcher, which has this clip thing, and that just clips onto his shoulder in robot mode. Doesn't do anything in vehicle mode. There's nowhere for it to clip to. And there we go. And if I just give you an example of the firing, there we go. So it all still works. Pop that there. We have the gun, which is cast in this red plastic, which the gun is identical to the one that came with Sideswipe, albeit, like I say, in that red plastic. The Sideswipe gun was cast in white plastic, as were the missiles as well. They were also cast in white plastic, Sideswipe. Okay, that's accessories. Collector card. I really like this artwork here. So we've got what looks like a crane here with a fire truck, a burning building, and then we've got alert here saving a couple of humans. Transformer's name above there, New Year special, his designation 05, and then this will be his name. Well, sorry, that's his name, alert, and then this will be telling you that he's a Cybertron, which is the Japanese equivalent of the Autobots. On the back, we have photograph, which same again, 05 Cybertron alert. We have vehicle mode, the robot mode, some technical data, and then we also have his tech spec loadout, which gives us an overall score of 53. That's that down, and then we'll open this up here. Now, I should have. I just open this up again. Yep, there we go. Right. As per, nothing on that side, but then on this side we have the instructions going off. With this being a dual release along with Lambo, very much the same thing is going off as it did with Grapple. So to save time and money, I would suppose, they have just printed out one set of instructions that given it for both. So we can see the transformation sequence here, contents of the box, where to put the stickers. So this is that's for alert. We can see that's sideswipe there. No, sorry, alert. Yeah, sorry, that's alert. That's alert. The transformation sequence is quite obviously alert because we can see the light bar on the roof. But then when it comes here, it shows the contents for Lambo, and then it also shows you a photo there showing you where you can put the stickers for Lambo as well. Put that down to there. And then we have the sticker sheets. Now, as I've mentioned, there was two different sticker sheets that came with this. This sticker sheet would have been the original colours, like I said, in the blue, the original blue. I opted to go for these because these are the colours that made it look most like it would have done back in the day. And then the second sticker sheet then is the New Year's special stickers, which replaces the blue, the yellow, and then the rear light cluster and number plates around is cast in just like a grey as opposed to a red. That's interesting. Why have I got the Autobot logo there? I've taken it off and then just put it back on the sheet. Why have I done that? Who knows? Who knows? Right, okay, we'll put them to one side. Let's get rid of all this lot and we can start talking about the vehicle mode. Right, car mode. Excellent. What we're going to say about it? Well, we'll start with the overall appearance of it. Are they? No, they're not. Right, there's a sticker. So we've got stickers for the headlights here. We've got the sticker for the Autobot logo, or insignia, if you prefer. The Fire Chief sticker there in the centre of the bonnet, or the hood. The red portion of the bonnet or hood is actually painted on. We've got the rub sign here, which, again, my hands are a bit cold, so it may not work. Let's give it a little rub there. No, my hands are too cold. But yeah, if I were to sit and rub it for long enough, it'd work. We've got the light bar here on the top of the roof. We've then got stickers here either side of on the air vents, air intakes, FD, which is fire department. The back, we've got the rear light clusters and then the number plates around. And then on the doors, we have Fire Chief FD with the badge. Again, that's a sticker, but the red. Is that? No, that's painted. So the sills of the car are painted red, as is the. Come on, Ed. The valance, or front spoiler, if you will, is also painted red. And then if we go around the other side, it's the same on the other side. Painted red sills, valance, and then fire department, fire chief sticker. This one, this side, is actually peeling away a little. So I might have to apply some pressure on that, just to see if it'll stick back down again. Right, and that's it for the sticker adornments. I'll pull it in a bit closer. You might be able to see, or you might not be able to, depends how I catch the light. But I can see from where I'm sat, there is a gold tint to the chromed wheels. As I always say, don't worry too much. There will be photos, and I'll get some tight shots of the wheels, so you'll be able to see that gold chroming in there. The rest of it is, so we have white plastic for the front end here. The doors are translucent plastic, as is the roof. That's translucent plastic, but it's been painted white. You can actually see there is a slight paint chip. Oh dear. Not to worry. The rear spoiler is white plastic, and then the whole rear section of the car, so all this area here, which would be the cover for the engine, is die cast, and that's painted white. This bottom bit here is plastic that's painted red, so it's just this top area all around the top that's die cast and painted white. And then if we look at the underneath of the car, oh sorry, I almost forgot, rubber tyres. Got to mention the rubber tyres. I love rubber tyres. And then sorry, back to the underside of the car, so we can see the detail stickers here on his legs, which are the blue with vents. We've got like a triangular line sticker here, some more yellow line work here, and then on the arms we've got some detailing, which you'll see that better when I get him into robot mode. And we can see the chromed plastic of the feet there and the forearms. Well, actually I'm saying forearms, it's just the whole arm, it doesn't really have upper arms. And then here we have, this will rotate around and make up the head, and then you can just see, or you may be able to, you may not be able to see, just in there we have the copyright stamp. It rolls well on wheels, backwards and forwards, brumming noises, and it just generally looks really nice. It's not a bad car mode. It's quite nice. I don't know if the proportions are great or not, because I don't have a more realistically scaled Lamborghini to compare it to. But from memory, it looks about right. It does look about right. The wheels may look a bit small, I think. I'm sure that the wheels on a real Lamborghini would be much bigger, but it's a scaled down toy. And transforming one at that, what you're going to do. And that said, I think we should transform him. I'm going to start by pulling this section down here. This pulls down from here. It doesn't pull down from the legs, it pulls down from the chest area here. So that pulls down like that. And then I'm going to separate the legs here. I'm going to rotate, pull the feet down. They just rotate like that. And I'm just looking now. Yeah, it still does it. I'm going to make a note of this. When you look at the feet, that one comes down straight and is level. The right foot is just at a slight angle, ever just so slightly, and it doesn't sit as low down as the left one. This is where I'm going to make a bold statement, and I'm sure someone in the chat will be quick to say, oh, but I've got one that does. Of all the red alerts and side swipes that it's been my pleasure to have passed through my hands and I've had experience of, I have yet to have one where the right foot is straight and level like the left foot. It must be an inherent design flaw in the moulding or whatever. And to be fair, all this time I have never once thought about taking it apart and seeing what's going on there. Maybe next time if I happen upon a junker or a good used one, maybe I'll take it apart and see what's going off. But I'm not gonna start taking this one apart. Anyway, right, back on track. So we've got the legs down and apart. We've got the feet out. I'm now going to do the arms. We just pull those out like so, and then they pull out at the shoulders like so. Then come round to the back, and we just separate the bonnet or hood from the windshield. We'll just tilt that windshield back just for now, and we'll bring the chest area all the way around. We'll then just push it down, and that just basically sits on there. We're then going to rotate the head. If I can get my finger in there. I've got the head out like that, and then just push the head back down again, and then we'll just on this windshield roof area. That's on a double joint, and we'll just bring that so it kind of like just lines up like that. It doesn't rest on anything. It just stays there and floats. Just pull his arms down slightly. Pull those forearms out like so, and see, nothing tabs in robot mode on this. So if the chest section is just ever so slightly forward, it will sink down a bit more. The bottom, this front spoiler valance thing needs to sit on this ridge here of the waist like that. And there we have it. There's Alert in his robot mode, looking very much like a Sideswipe in disguise, even to the point where they've not bothered painting the head red. They've just left it black, and the fist. I'm just trying to think, does Red Alert have red fists? I know, I've got the collector card next to me, haven't I? Let's have a look. Let's just bring it in here. Well, according to the collector card there, no, he doesn't. He has black fists. So that's right, it's just that he doesn't have a red head. I'm surprised that a reissue hasn't been done of Red Alert with a red head. I suppose what you could do, if you had a Junker G2 Sideswipe, you could swap the heads, and then you would have a red-headed Red Alert. But if you haven't, you could always paint it as well. But I wouldn't advise it. Why ruin a perfectly good toy by painting it? Right. Okay. Detailing. So again, we'll start with the stickers. We've got these stickers on the feet with like dots, triangles, and then some blue stripes. On the legs, vent, and then knee plates with the blue with the yellow triangle on there, but yellow triangle with lines on the waist section. Just under there, under the torso, my hand's probably in the way, we've got the yellow sticker with the blue triangle on it as well. The Fire Chief stuff, the external stuff we've been round, so I won't need to go with that. And then on the arms then we've got this, they look like tubes with red ends and then a blue background. And then the head sculpt, the head is painted, well the face is painted, and then the central area of the crest is painted. But other than that, it is just black plastic. The legs are red plastic, waist is black plastic, this under torso over here is red plastic. The forearms are chromed, black plastic for the fists, and then, do we want to call them shoulders? These rods are just white plastic. And so, right, let's get his accessories. Well, his missile launcher and his gun. Which side is he on now? His launcher goes on the opposite side to what Sideswipes does. So that means it goes on his right shoulder, and then we'll pop his gun in his hand, like so. And that's it. We've got him all tooled up. And he looks great. I do like Red Alert. I mean, to be fair, I mean, there's not many G1 Transformers that I don't like. I won't go here and list the ones that I don't like, because it's pointless. But there aren't many that I don't like. Most of the G1, especially 84 and 85, there's not many that I like. As the years went on, more and more that I was like, no, they're not for me, kind of thing. But yeah, certainly 84, 85, there's not many that I don't like. And Red Alert is, it's just one of those. Back in the day when I was a kid, I knew one person who had Sideswipe, and they didn't particularly look after their toys, so it was quite beat up. If I remember rightly, one of the doors was missing, and this windscreen and roof section was missing. And to be fair, I don't think they had any weapons for it either. So it was rather well played with. I also did know somebody that had Red Alert, and theirs was in good condition like what this is. They also had Outback, and I can remember the first time that I saw Outback. I was like, that's supposed to be brawn. Why is that brawn, that colour? And that was a case of, because I don't think Outback ever appeared in the cartoon. No, he didn't. He appeared in the comics, but I don't know if I'd actually got to that point in the comics before I saw that Outback toy. I don't think I did, but regardless, yeah. So I saw Outback. This lad that I knew had Outback, and he also had Red Alert, and we would just sit there and play with our Transformers. And he also had, like me, he also had a copy of Arrival from Cybertron, and we would just sit there and watch Arrival from Cybertron while messing about with his Transformers. And I just thought all the different repaints of the characters that I knew, I just thought were great. Like Blue Streak from Prowl, and then Smokescreen, and Ratchet from Ironhide, Red Alert from Sideswipe, and so on. Do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot all about Jeff. Let's put Jeff in at the side of Red Alert, if I can give us that scale, and it looks great. Like I said, when I had Jeff with Starscream, I like the scale between these Dionauts and the vehicles and the robots. I think it's a good scale. There's nowhere for him to sit in the robot mode, I don't think. Let me have a look at the back. No, that's... Oh, actually, no. You know something? I think we could probably squeeze him in there. Shall we give it a go? I'm going to have to transform it back into... I'm going to have to transform Red Alert back into his vehicle mode, because Jeff didn't get to ride in style, did he? There we go. So there we have Jeff. And if we just put that there like that, that will hold Jeff in there in his robot mode. So yeah, we've got Jeff. We've managed to get Jeff inside Red Alert in his robot mode. You might be able to see him just there, or maybe not. Right, let's take him back out again. We'll transform back into vehicle mode, and we'll pop Jeff. Sorry, Jeff, I just threw you to one side then, didn't I? It's very rude of me. Get you on the ruler there. You can wait patiently while I get Red Alert. Oh, bugger. Right, that missile's just flown off somewhere. We'll have to come back to that. So reversal transformation is just basically the same. It's just it's reverse of the transformation sequence to get him from robot back into vehicle mode. We'll pop his head back around there like that. Tilt that back a bit. Pull that up. Down. That's back in there. Feet back up. In. Down. Job done. There we go. Back in vehicle mode. This is going to be a bit of... So we're going to now have to kind of untransform him again to a certain degree to get Jeff in there. And I don't know if we're going to be able to or not, because I hadn't counted on the head. No, I hadn't. Now then. Now then. Ah, right then. Yes, we can. So if I twist the head all the way around and put it there, Jeff can now sit in the Lamborghini. I'm sure this was a lot easier for children with their smaller and more nimble fingers. Right, Jeff is now in there. He's now in the Lamborghini. Let's get the windshield, the windscreen and roof down. And that's it. There he is. He's ready to roll out. Yep. That works for me, doesn't that? That's Jeff in red alert. Ready to go and, I don't know, supervise some fire that might be happening. Maybe he's going to meet up with Inferno en route and they're going to go tackle a blaze. Right, I'm going to, I think I want to put him back in robot mode. Let's take Jeff out. Jeff? I mean, the transformations on these are so simple compared to certainly Masterpiece that we have today, and also some of the mainline stuff. But there's fun and enjoyment in that simplicity, and for the most part, they are very effective. Let's pop his weapons back on. So his gun and his launcher, minus the missile. I don't know where that went to. Oh, it'll turn up. And there we go. Red alert back in his robot mode. So what? Let's round up. So what did we talk about? Right. So we talked about Red Alert himself in his vehicle mode and in his robot mode. We spoke of the box. I didn't speak of it, but I did mention the inner cardboard tray. We also spoke of the plastic clam, which is upside down. Let's put it the right way around. I spoke of the instruction sheet, the sticker sheet, not one but two. We spoke about the collector's card, and I spoke about the accessories. The two of the remaining three missiles on the sprue there, his launcher and his gun. And I think that is... Oh, let's not forget, we've got a bag as well that the paraphernalia goes into. And that's it. And with that, we shall go back to me. And that's it. That was Alert. Collector's... I don't know why I'm looking there. It's still back over there. Collector's Edition 05 Alert, reissued from 2002, the New Year special. I think it's a great transformer. It's a great car mode. It's a great robot mode. Some memories there of it. Like I say, I didn't own it myself, but I knew a friend that did have it. And yeah, just generally, I think it's a good, solid redeco of an existing figure that's, I think, just a bit different enough to make it its own, as you know, apart from Sideswipe. I think it would be, as a toy, I think it would be more so if it had the red head as opposed to just keeping the black head. But what are you going to do? And what's that? Oh, that's where it got to. I've been looking for that. It fired off. Right, I can put that back now. Is there anything left to say? No, that's it. I don't have anything more to say. I said it all in the while we're over with Alert over in front of the camera. all that's left is for me to say thank you for watching again. Always appreciate it. If you liked, do that usual stuff. And hopefully I will be back again next week. If I can just interrupt myself for a moment and just remind you that when he's finished giving it all that, there will be some photos of whatever figure it is that I've just been reviewing, as I'm doing this as a general interruption rather than a tailored interruption to each video that I'm going to do. Because why would I do that? Why would I want to make work for myself? Stick around, because there'll be some nice photos. With another Transformer from the Back Catalogue. Thank you for watching, take care, and see you soon.
Volt's a fucking icon.